So the federal government has said they're going to make energy retailers offer 3 hours of free electricity in the middle of every day, starting from the middle of next year. And energy retailers are like, what? No one told us about this. But here's why I think in theory, it's an excellent idea. And in practice, if they're not careful, they could really screw it up. See, at the moment, we have this thing called the default market offer, otherwise known as the electricity reference price. It's set by the government regulator, and it's like a price cap. It might be, let's just say for argument's sake, $2,000 for a typical household. It's around that. It changes from zone to zone. You can get plans that are up to sometimes 20% less than that reference price by shopping around and getting onto the cheapest plans on the market. That's what's happening at the moment. So this is actually not a very good deal. Bit of a dud, but it's a safety net. It's there to catch people who do nothing to make sure they don't get really badly ripped off and charged 20% more than that, which is what used to happen and still does sometimes. There's a few loopholes in this particular legislation. Here's the problem, right? If they bring in this new solar sharer plan with 3 free hours of power in the middle of the day, but they still set it at this same price, what's going to happen is the other 21 hours of the day, the rates will have to be increased to cover the 3 free hours on the plan, because this is still going to be the total price of the plan. So all that'll happen is, yeah, you'll be able to save by moving some of your usage, charging your car, turning on your pool pump in the middle of the day on a timer, or if you're home, but all the power you use at other times of day is going to be even more expensive than it is at the moment. And you're still going to be on a dud deal if it's the government regulated price. So if they set it at the same price as the current regulated default market offer, or electricity reference price, whatever you want to call it, it'll still be a dud deal, even if it's got 3 hours of free power in the middle of the day. So what's really important, I think, is that they need to look at this price for the government mandated offer. They're going to bring in this solar sharer thing. It's a fantastic idea in theory, because it means that people who don't have solar get access to that really cheap power in the middle of the day. There's so much solar being generated by 4 million households around the country that in the middle of the day, the wholesale price goes to zero, and sometimes it even goes negative. So this is a way for people who can't put solar in their roof, who rent or live in an apartment, to access that cheap solar power, but not if the rates on the rest of the plan for the other 21 hours are shithouse. That's my take for what it's worth. My name's Joel, I'm a money saving guy. You can follow here for more daily money stuff. Have a great day.